Hello. Today I felt like it's been dry for a couple of days, so I haven't added quite so much cardio in, as we had a very cardio dominant session last week. So this week I thought we'd go more for strength. We're going to do some precise moves, but we're going to do combination exercises. So that means that we're going to combine two exercises into one for everything that we do today, just to make it up, mix it up a little bit, make it a little bit more interesting. I'm not going to do it on a timer. I'm going to do it by so many reps, but I want you to take your time on it, so we won't rush through it, because it's important that you make sure you get your technique correct. Now it's going to be a bit tricky for me because on Sunday I had a fall. No surprises there, I know it happens to me a lot. But I went down quite hard on my knee and it was very, very swollen. Now it's gone down quite a lot. Life story coming up here, Jane, sorry. It's gone down quite a lot. I went for a tester run on Wednesday. I managed 3 miles, but 2.5 miles in it was aching. But I've just had a little practice at some of the moves I've got for you on here, which is quite a bit of lunging, and my knee isn't particularly happy with it. But I really want to do this session for you, so what I'm going to do is I'll show you what you should be doing. I'll do as many as I can, and then I might have to just continue on one side, on my good leg side, if the other leg's niggling a bit. But you carry on doing your alternating if that's what I've told you to do, if that makes sense, all right? Because I planned this session and I thought it's a good session, I want to use it, but it's a bit rubbish when your trainer is actually injured again and can't actually do the move. So I'll do my best anyway. So we've got 3 exercises that we'll do 3 times through before we move on to the next set. So the first set, oh, I forgot to say, you will need some light weights in this. They must be light weights. Even I'm going to use 2 kilograms. So if you've got your, I think you had some like 1 point something kilograms. If you've got those, can you dig those out for this session? Failing that, you could get some tins. That would be a good move. It would be better to have the slightly heavier ones if you've got them, but if not, we'll go for the tins. That will be fine. All right then, so the first set we're going to do are all working around the lunge, which is not good news for me with my knee because it's all about the lunge, but like I say, we will get through this. So precise moves, making sure we get the technique properly carried out. I'm going to just tell you it each one at a time, so it's going to be a lesser, not such much a fast pace as last week, just taking it in our time to get it right. So we're going to do a side lunge. Remember I said it was going to be combination moves though, so we're going to combine that with a front raise. So you'll need to pick up your weights, and for this one we're going to do, let's just try the side lunge first of all. So the side lunge is the one where you step out, and the leg that steps away is the leg that bends. That's what you need to remember. The other one just remains straight. So step out, bend that knee and back. And then we go to the other side, bend that knee and back. Okay, so that's your side lunge. So just have a little practice of those first to get the hang of which leg is bending, which leg is straight. And then what we're going to add into the mix is a little bit of coordination training here as well, because it's a bit like sort of rubbing your head and patting your tummy, or was it the other way around? I think it was the other way around. It's a bit like that by adding the extra move in, but it's good for you to sort of keep your brain switched on a bit. So as you step out, you're going to do a front raise with those arms holding those weights. If I go from the side, it's going to be just a front raise, just so they're straight out in front of you. We're not aiming to get up high. But you want to try and get them so that they're straight out and at a 90-degree angle to your body, really. So the arms are straight in this move as well. We're not bending the elbows. We're going to do it when we step. So we're going to step and back to centre, and step, that's my dodgy knee, and back to centre. Okay, so if you find that difficult, then let's change it. Let's do it, do you know what, I think let's do it that way anyway. Let's do it that way anyway. So we'll do the step out lunge, and then when we return to the centre, we'll do our raise. Okay, because that way you'll be able to concentrate more on your side lunge, which is really important. Okay, so you're ready to put those weights together so they're touching each other, or the tins, if it's tins, You might not want to do that because it might make your arms come in like really narrow because they're only small. So, but if you're using dumbbells, put your hands together. Okay, so are you ready? We're just going to do, let's go for 10 on each side. Okay, so step out. Oh, and then we're going to raise, aren't we? I changed it. And then the other side, back to centre and raise. So that's one set. Step out, back to centre and out, back to centre and lift. That's 2 sets. That's 3. Keep concentrating on your form. That's 4. That's 5 sets, halfway through. 6. Checking you're getting those hips back. 7. That's 8. 2 more sets. And 1 more to go. Get those hips back. Okay, lovely. Right, holding on to your weight still, staying on the lunge theme, we're going to go into the curtsy lunge next. Curtsy lunge. So this is the one that you always say you can't do, but when I watched you, observed you on the field that day, you did them really well. So I'm confident that you are doing them okay. If you're not sure, you can go and stand in front of your mirror if you want to check yourself out just to make sure. But curtsy lunge with a simple hammer curl. So hammer just means holding the weight so that your palms are facing in towards each other. Okay, so when your hands are down by your sides, your palms will face your legs. We're going to do the lunge and the curl. So the curtsy lunge, and as we lunge, then we do the curl. Okay, and we're going to do 10 on each side again. So are you ready? Curtsy lunge, I'll come back a bit so you can see me better, with a hammer grip curl. Let's go. That's 1 set. That's halfway through. I've moved forward. And we're on our last rep now. 1 more on each side. And relax, good. Okay, the final one, it was a reverse lunge with a lateral lift. So lateral lift just literally means bringing those weights out to the side. So we're going to step it back into a lunge, and as we get back to centre, we'll do our lateral lift then. So reverse lunge, stepping back. I'm going to be quite wobbly on that knee in this one, so just bear with me. So with the reverse lunge, remembering you're going to step that leg back, bend the knee, bend both the knees so that knee comes down towards the floor, and up again, other side, down it goes, and up again, making sure that that knee stays tucked behind the toe line, which I might not get right today simply because that knee is pretty weak. And then the arms one is just sort of shoulder height if you can, alright? So again, we're not getting up too high. So for this one, we're going to do 10 reps again. So let's do the reverse lunge first, come back to centre, and then we'll tackle the arms. So are you ready? Let's go. Well, that's 1 set. I'm going to stay on one side now, so you carry on alternating. I've lost count. I have really lost count. I was so thinking about my knee then, Jane. I've lost count. I reckon we've got a few more to go. Keep going, step back into your lunge and raise. Step back into your lunge and raise. I'm just tapping my foot back now. Oh, that's ridiculous. And let's do one more on each side. Because, like I say, yeah, I've lost count. Okay, put your weights down. That is the end of the first set of the first round. So, if you need to grab some water, do. Give your legs a little break, and we're going to repeat the whole of that set again. So this time, we're going to do, let's go for 6 reps. Okay, so we did 10, we're going to do 6 now on these ones, because I think even though you haven't got a dodgy knee, well, not that I know of, overloading you with the lunges too much might not be great, so we will cut it down a little bit each round. So 6 reps on each side. So we're going to start with our side lunge, and then remember your weights are together, front raise. Are you ready? 6 reps. Let's go. So that's 1. Goodness me, we've gone past it, haven't we? I'm going up to 10 again. Right, okay, that's your 6 reps done. So, moving on to the next exercise, curtsy lunge with a hammer curl. Okay, curtsy lunge with a hammer curl, and again we're going to do 6 reps on each side. So to reminder, curtsy lunge, hammer curl. Okay, oh gosh, I'm so not on it today. Are you ready? Let's go. So bring those hands up as we curtsy lunge down. Good stuff. I've remembered it this time. Final set now. 6 and 6 on the other side. 6 and relax from that one. So reverse lunge now with a lateral arm lift. So reverse lunge, stepping back. I'm going to look down. My legs are all over the place, aren't they? Oh, I do hope nobody else sees this video, Jane. So step back, and then when we come back to standing, we'll do our arms, okay? Now, I want you to do the proper lunge. I'm just going to step my leg back, okay, just to remind you what you're doing, that I won't push it on this one with my knee. 6 reps, you ready? So lunging and lift. Lunging back and lift. That's 1 set. That's 2. Halfway through. and relax. Okay. Right then, have a rest if you need to. We're going back to the beginning of the final round of this set, final round of lunges. So we will do, let's do 6 again this time actually. I think we can probably manage 6 again. Side lunge to front raise. Are you ready? There we go. That's 1. I think if I say it out loud it might be better. I did the first round. That's 2. That's 3, halfway through. That's 4. And 5, final set. Okay, lovely job. Right, the next one is going to be the curtsy lunge with the hammer curl. So we curl those hands, those arms as we lunge down. Okay, we're going to go for 6 on each side again of these ones. You ready? Let's go. That's 1. That's 2. Three. 4. 5. Final set. And 6. Who knew counting could be so difficult? How can I get that so wrong so much? Somebody said to me the other day, I've worked out personal trainers can't count. And I thought, oh, okay, it's not good that I work in a school, but hey ho, we'll go with it. Right, the last one is our reverse lunge with our lateral arm raise. So out to the side, arm raise, and this is the one that's most tricky for me. So just I'm going to step back, you're going to lunge it back. Let's go for 6 on each side, and then we're done with the lunges. Okay, ready? Let's go. So lunge it down, back to centre, and arms. Lunge it down, and arms. That's 1 set. That's 2. That's 3. That's 4. That's 5. Last set. I can feel this getting into my shoulders. I don't know if you can, I hope so. Okay, and that's the end of the first round. Well done, Jane. So what we're going to do straight away is just stretch a little bit through those shoulders. Just a little stretch. And then the other side. And then just bring your arms behind and push your shoulders back. And just push them forwards. Okay, right, we're going to drop down to the floor for the next 3 exercises. So I'm going to take my jumper off now because I am finally warming up a little bit. It doesn't happen so quickly when we're not jumping around all over the place. I think the temperature's really dropped out there today. I stepped out from school and I thought, oh, there's a bit of a nip in the air. It's really changed. Okay. I'm going to get my mat down. So for the first one, you will still need your weights. Oh, my piece of paper's gone flying away. Hold on. So I'm going to bring my weights over. Okay. The first one we're going to do is a combination of two exercises, an extended arm plank combining with a donkey kick. So extended arm plank is just hands under shoulders and then push up onto your toes. So that's your extended arm plank, and you just get everything nicely in line, head and everything else, and squeeze your tummy. But we're going to combine that, so it's a bit of a balance thing here, with the donkey kick. So your knee's going to come into your chest and then heel up towards the ceiling. Okay, so we'll start by doing 10 on each side, but we'll stay on one side, because if we keep alternating one side to the other, I think one of two things is going to happen. We're going to get confused, number one, and we're going to fall over, number two. So highly probable that one of those things or both of those things will happen. We'll stay on one side. We'll do 10 reps on each side. So get yourself into position. So hands underneath your shoulders, pushing up onto your toes, so you get a nice straight line. Make sure your butt's in line with the rest of your body. Choose which leg you want to start on and squeeze that tummy rock solid. Bring the knee into the chest and now up to the ceiling and continue. 3, 4, squeeze your tummy. 5, keep your head in line. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, up to the ceiling, and just relax it down a minute. Just give your hands a break. If, like me, your wrists get a bit achy, might need a bit of a break there. Okay, back into position. We're going to do 10 on the other side. So push up onto the toes. Get that nice strong plank position first of all. You ready? Knee into chest. 1, up to the ceiling. 2, 3, keep squeezing that tummy. Nice strong core. Number 5, number 6, number 7, number 8, squeezing. 1 more to go. Lovely. Okay, so the next one we're going to do is a glute bridge combination. So you want to lay on your mat or on the floor on your back. Okay, so you want your weights for this one. So weights in your hands. Give you a minute just to get them if you haven't got them. And we're going to do a glute bridge with what's called a pullover. Okay, so you're going to use your arms with your weights to do the pullover move. So basically, I'll show you the pullover before we go into glute bridge. You'll have your arms up straight and you just bring them straight to rest behind your head towards the floor. Now you can use one heavier weight for this if you want to. If you've got one of your 4 kilograms and you wanted to do that, or it might be too heavy, you might just want to use your lighter weights or your tins. So it'll be come down to the floor and up, and the trick or the twist in the tail, if you like, is that we're going to add the glute bridge to it. So we squeeze the butt, lift the hips, and they're going to stay up for the whole move. Okay, we're going to do 10. You've got to keep them high. So are you ready? Let's go. Straight arms, keep your hips up. That's 1 rep. 2. Nice and slowly squeeze those bottom cheeks. 3. Don't let the hips come down. 4. Keep the hips up. 5. 6. Are you dropping your hips? Up we go. 7. 8. 9. 1 more, hips up nice and high, squeeze your butt. 10. Up to the top and relax down. Okay, pop your weights down by your side. Right, so the final one in this set is a reverse crunch. Stay laying down because you're going to stay on your back for this. With chest flies. Well, actually, you might just sit up to see me, mightn't you? So, trying to go an angle where you might see me well enough for this one. So, reverse crunch is just bringing the knees in and then tapping the toes onto the floor. Bringing the knees in, tapping the toes onto the floor. Okay, but you want to make sure your belly isn't popping up. So
Squeeze that tummy as if someone's about to punch you, okay? Feel it nice and tight. Put your hand on your tummy, first of all, then bring your feet up so that your legs are in tabletop position. Now put your hand on your tummy and do that tight squeeze again, and make sure your belly is not pushing up, okay? If it's nice and flat and firm where you're squeezing, now try to bring those knees in and keeping your belly exactly where it is. So keep your hands on your belly, and you shouldn't feel it rising up. It should be rock solid. Rock solid, keep it there, rock solid, so it's not popping up with exertion or with effort. It's staying where it is, and that's keeping your back nice and safe. So that's the reverse crunch bit. We're going to add some chest flies to it. So those are going to look like this. We're going to have our weights up here, and with slightly bent arms, we're going to bring them back towards the floor wide. Now, just in case you can't see that very well, the action, I'm going to just sit up and do it for you. So pretending I was laying down, I would be, face on, bringing them wide and back up in front of me, bringing them wide. Now you see I've got a slight bend in my arm. I'm not doing it like this, okay? I'm keeping a slight bend, and I'm pulling through that chest, for that one. So lay yourself back down if you haven't got down already. And it's going to look like this when we put it all together. We're going to get that stomach nice and tight, remember, squeezing it. Bring the knees into the chest, and as your toes tap down, that's when we're going to do the chest pull. So, actually, let's do it. Let's do it the other way around. I keep swapping this, don't I? Right, so let's do it so that when your toes tap down, your hands come together. So you open your hands and bring the knees in. That's better. And then the opposite. Open your hands and bring the knees in, and then tap down. Just have a little practice first, because it just kind of takes a while to get into the coordination of it, but making sure that tummy is nice and tight. Okay, you ready to go for 10? So let's go. Bring the knees in and wide arms and back. That's 1. We're not going to rush. Keep that stomach from popping up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, 10. Brilliant. Okay, we need to go back onto our fronts to start the first one again, which was our extended arm plank with our donkey kick. Right, you ready? Up onto the toes. So you've got a nice extended arm plank, and this time we're going to do 6 on each side. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's keep going, actually. 7, 8, 9. Let's do 10. Okay, and change straight over to the other side if you can. 1. Let's go for 10. 2. Didn't feel enough. 3, 4. The other leg should be nice and straight. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And relax down from that one. Glute bridge with a pullover. So, get your arms up straight. Squeeze your bottom. We're going to go for 10 again of this one, I think. And lift, and then the arms come out behind you. That's 1. Keep those hips high. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And relax. Stay where you are, because we're going to go straight into the final one in this round, which was our reverse crunch and our flies. And this is the one where you bring the knees in, pull the arms apart, tap the toes down. So get that tummy ready, tightened, we're going to go for 10 again. Tight. Are you ready? Let's go. 1, 2, keep thinking on that stomach. 3, keep that bend in the arms slightly. 4, 5, keep breathing, always important. 6, 7, 8, 9, and final one, 10. Great stuff. Back to the beginning then, over onto our fronts for the final round of this section, extended arm plank with donkey kicks. We are going to stick with 10 because I think on these ones it's actually easier to do the 10, isn't it? Just as easy to do them. Right, you ready then? Extended arm plank. Get into position, squeeze your tummy, neck in line with your spine. You ready? I have to go into my fingers a little bit. You can stay flat on your palms if you prefer. Let's go. Through it comes. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and last one. And if you can, we'll change straight over to the other side. Nice plank position first. Let's go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Last one. Brilliant. Sit down onto your knees and just stretch out a little bit through those shoulders. Kind of a child pose. Okay, and from here we'll go back onto our backs again. Ready for our glute bridge with our pullover. Grab your weights. Whew. Just give you a chance to get over. Okay then, arms are up straight. Lift the hips, squeeze through the glutes first, then lift. Let's go. 1, keep them high. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, keep your hips high. 8, squeeze the glutes. 2 more. 9 and 10. Fantastic. Keep your weights in your hand. We're going to do those ones now where we bring the knees in as we bring the weights out to the side. We'll go straight into it if you can. You ready? Let's go. 1. Focus on the tummy. 2, 3. Bring those arms nice and wide if you can. 4, 5, 6. Imagine I'm about to punch you in the stomach. 7. That's a terrible thing to say, but just imagine it. 8. 2 more. 9 and 10. And that's brilliant. Well done, you. That's the end of the second round. So we've got a final round now, which we're going to do 10 reps of. Don't need a mat, so we're going to be standing up for this, but you do need your weights. Now, if you've been using the 1 point something kilograms or the light weights that you've got, at this stage you may want to get your tins instead for this round, or for at least one of them in this round. If you've got tins anyway, then that's fine. And so we're going to do a jumping jack, but we're going to incorporate that with a shoulder press with your weights. This is the one where I think you might want your tins. Okay, so we're basically going to jumping jack like this. So we're going to just bring our tins straight up above our heads as we do it, okay? And we're going to go like that. Obviously, 10 reps will go quite quickly of this one, but it's quite a hard exercise from a coordination point of view and from a strength point of view and from a cardio point of view. So 10 is fine. So first of all, what I'll get you to do is to hold your weights shoulder level, palms facing each other, It's that hammer grip again. And first of all, just remind yourself what you're going to do with the weights. So they're just going to come up and down and up and down in time with your jump, okay? So as you jump your legs out, your arms go up and down, up and down. But we're going to pick the pace up a little bit, okay? Have you had a chance to have a couple of practices? So we're going to go for 10. Are you ready? Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And relax. Not as easy as it looks, is it, that one? Okay, so the next one is going to be squat to a high knee. So we don't need the weights for this one. Still combination exercises, so just a simple squat down to a high knee, which will be 4 repeats, but our high knee is going to come across our body rather than straight in front. It's going to look like this. Squat. 1, 2, 3, 4. Squat. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4. Squat. Okay. So for this one, we'll do 8 reps. 8 reps, obviously each side. So the high knee is fast, going across your body. The squat is just nice and safe squat, getting those hips back. Again with my knee, if I can't squat, I'll just start to just bend my knee slightly instead if it starts to hurt. But you continue getting your nice deep squats in, right? Okay. Are you ready then? So 1 squat, 4 knee crosses, high knee coming up. Fairly pacey. This is the round that's going to get our heart rate up a little bit, okay? So are you ready? Let's go. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. Squat. 1, 2, 3. That's 1 round. Squat. 2, 3, 4. That's 2 rounds. Squat. That's 3. That's 4, halfway through. That's 5. Get those knees nice and high. That's 6, 2 more rounds to go. Last round. Nice and deep in that squat now if you can. Bring those knees up a little higher if you can. Squat it down. And that's the end of that exercise. Okay, so the last one in this round is a split jump with our tins. We did split jump last week, I believe. It is a good one for getting the heart rate up. We're going to use our weights or our tins this time though, which we didn't last time. So as one foot jumps forward, the opposite arm comes up with your weight, so that will look like this. So just like holding them, sort of using them as if you were doing it without them, but just they happen to be in your hands, just adding a little bit more resistance and therefore a little bit of intensity to your split jumps. So, are you ready? We're going to do 10. Get them in your hands. Are you ready? It's going to be pacey. Let's go. I wasn't ready. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Alright, we'll do another one of those in a minute. First of all, back to the beginning, jumping jacks. So if you remember for this one, we're going to start with the hands by the shoulders, hammer grip, so palms facing each other, facing inwards. And as we jump out, we're going to push the hands up for 10 reps. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, excellent. Right. Next one was our squat with our crossing over knee lift. And this time we're going to mix it up a little bit. We're going to do 2 squats and 2 knee lifts. Okay, 2 squats and 2 knee lifts. And this time we're going to do 6 on each side of this one. You ready? Whew, let's go. 1, 2, so knee lifts, 1, 2. 2 squats, other side. That's 1 round. That's 2 rounds. Still try and keep the pace up, that's 3. That's 4. That's 5. Last round. And you are done with that one. Okay. So, next one, and the final one actually, final one of the whole session, is our split jumps with our tins. So picking up your tins or your weights, and remembering you're gonna raise them like you're running arms, but with an added resistance. This time, we're gonna go for 20, just to finish it off. Everything's been coming down, hasn't it, in numbers? For the final one, just gonna go up a bit. Are you ready? You ready? Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, halfway through, 11, 12, 13, 14, keep going, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Oh, hooray, we got through it, we did it. I have to say, this is probably the most shambolic video, if that's a word. If it's not a word, it should be, I like it. I think it is a word. I reckon this is the most shambolic video I have ever made for you, Jane. And if you refuse to pay me, I absolutely don't blame you. Okay, so you're done. Make sure you cool down, make sure you stretch. Get into those inner thighs with this one in a stretch holding. Get into those glutes with a stretch where you lay on the floor and pull in that leg to get into the glutes. But if you do my cool downs, you should have all that covered, no problem. Other than that, have a really, really lovely weekend. And once more, I apologise for all my mistakes, for my dodgy knee, for not knowing what I'm doing, for keep changing my mind. It is what it is, Jane, isn't it? It's Friday, thank goodness it's Friday, and we can, I think probably I just need a rest now. Probably need some time off to let my brain reset. Let's see if that helps for next week. Anyway, take care. Have a lovely weekend.